guys, you're welcome to Custom Venture once again. If today is your first time of coming across my video, I want to say you're highly welcome. And for the returning subscribers, thank you for always being there. I appreciate you each time you open and watch our videos. I want to say big thank you. And I want to use this opportunity to tell us about this reversible bonnet. You can see elastic reversible bonnet with different covers. I'm still going to show us the other side of it as we continue with today's big tutorial. Okay, in today's tutorial, I'm going to be drafting and then cutting a shift dress. A simple, very patterned dress, well detailed. And I believe that as you go through it, watch to the end and you will appreciate it. And then I want to do something. Like my video, give the video thumbs up. Make your comment, request any video you want us to make, and don't forget to click on that subscribe button, that red subscribe. Just click on it. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay, God bless you. Shall we move to the cutting table? Okay, so I'll be working with some measurements here. I'm going to give us our basic bodice measurement. I will start with the vertical measurement first. Okay, the shoulder measurement I'm using is 14 divided by 2, we have 7. Before you start that, at the end of your paper this way, just leave half an inch. The half an inch will serve as your starting point. Okay, so I connect that. Then the next thing, I measure the shoulder to bust. Remember, my paper is on fold. It's on fold. So from this line here, shoulder to bust is 12.5 inches, 12.5 inches. The on the bust is 18. The waist is 22. The hip is 29. And then my length is 49 plus 3. That will give me 52. But if you find out the end of this paper is not up to that, I have about 39 here. So I will complete it when I'm cutting the cloth. Okay, let me connect this line. Let me roll it straight. I haven't taken my vertical measurement, so the next thing I'm going to start with the horizontal measurement. Okay, and then before I continue with the horizontal measurement, the shoulder is 14, like I said. The half of it is 7. That is 14 divided by 2. I have 7 inches. Okay, and then this is my bust. Okay, and this is on the bust. This is the half length, and then this is the hip. Okay, so the next thing is the bust. The bust measurement is 48 divided by 4. I will have 12 plus 2, because it's going to have inner sewing. That is, I'm going to line it. So I have 14 inches. So I mark my 14 inches here on the bust line. And then on the bust, which is this line, I have 42 divided by 4. I have plus 2. I have 12.5. 12.5. This my measurement is inclusive. The sewing allowance is inclusive. Then my waist is 42 divided by 4. So I have the same thing, about the same thing with the on the bust. Okay, so I make it just a bit in 12, still 12.5. And then for the hip, I have 44 divided by 4. I have 11 plus 2, that is 13. Okay, and then what will happen is this: by the time I add up with the cloth, I'm going to bring out, when we get to that one, I will let us know, because we have to come in a bit from our hip measurements. Then I mark the armhole measurement is 10.5. 10.5. Okay, and then at this shoulder measurement, I come in by 1 inch because of the sloping shoulder. I come in by 1 inch, and that 1 inch I link it to the neckline here. Okay, and then from this place now I connect my armhole line with this way. Then in absence of the curve ruler, you can just come in by about 1 inch to get your curve. 1 or 1.5 inch to get your curve. Okay, so you can connect it, make your curve now. Okay, so the next thing is that we are going to connect our lines together. I hope you can see the marking very well. Connect it here. Okay, and then by just like what I said, by the time I add cloth to it, okay, let's see what we can do about it so that we can get it right. Okay, so I've been able to complete the paper now. So here is the end of the dress, and then the sewing allowance here. This is 49, sewing allowance 3 because of the taping in I said. So the next thing now we're going to do is that, we have reached the hip. So from the hip, take 1.5 inch up from here to measure your end of the cloth, or you take 2 as you want it, just to give it a pencil shape. So here we have 13 inches, and so take away 1.5 from 13 inches, we have 11.5 inches. So it's going to be something like this. Okay, and then it's pencil, but shouldn't be too tiny at the end. Let's make it 12, just to give it a little shape. So the next thing you connect it here, in absence of the curve shape. Okay, so you have something like this, and your hip goes this way. This is your hip measurement here, and then and so on. So the next thing we are going to measure the span, the bust span. This bust span I have is 9 inches. So 9 divided by 2, we have 4.5, plus sewing allowance, we have 5. So mark your 5. Then connect it. That's where our dart will be. Okay, so the next thing is, at the waist, measure half inch in. Place it like this, half inch in, half inch in, half inch in. Then connect it. This is our dart. Don't forget to give this video thumbs up, like it. click on the subscribe button, and as soon as we upload new video, you will be among the first people to get it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to trace it and bring out my neck design. I'm not going to cut out the next neckline now. You remember, this is our sloping shoulder here. We have deducted 1 inch. So because of the sewing allowance for the armhole, you can just come in by half here, half inch here, before we cut it. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut it now. I think that's all we have to know about it. This is the front pattern. I will explain further as we go. So let me cut it this way now. Okay, it's been cut now, so we might not need to add any. We can just use this one directly on our cloth now. Okay, so let's get our fabric and place it on it. Okay, this is the fabric. So I'll be using this front pattern I cut to cut out the back pattern, or you call it block, anyone. So now I'm going to leave 2 inches allowance for the zipper allowance there. 2 inches, that is the 2 inches here. Hope you can see it. The 2 inches is here, so I will just trace out the. Then if you took note of what I did at the end of the cloth, before I trace my paper out, I folded the edge. So by the time you fold it before cutting it, when you are sewing it, it's not going to give you problem. So that's what I did. But now when I'm going to cut it, I'm going to open it. Okay, because the fabric is a bit shaky, let me secure it very well first. I've secured it now, so the next time I'm going to cut it out. The back plug is ready now. So when you open your fabric, you're going to be putting your darts and all that. Okay, now let's go for the front block. Because of the special design in it, you see how I go about it. I want us to pay special attention here. If you look at the design of the fabric, you see that it's a vertical lines. Okay, and then the design I'm going to do is, I want one side, probably the right one you want, anyone, one side of the front to be vertical and the other side to be horizontal. So it's going to bring out a good design. So what I will do now is I just cut one part. Instead of doubling my fabric, I won't double it, it's single. So I just cut one part of this block now. There, because of the joining in the middle, I'm going to leave just half an inch for the joining of both two sides at the end of it. So I just leave about half inch to join it. So let me secure my paper with the fabric so that it doesn't shake. So I cut it out now. Okay, I've cut one side of it. So this one is going to be the right hand side. So what I do now, I want to cut the other side. So you do face to face. Okay, so this one will be at the left and this one will be at the right. Okay, so just follow the cutting. You don't need to add, you don't need to subtract. Just follow the cutting. You like the design to come out beautifully. One side horizontal, the other side vertical. And by the time we insert our pocket, it will follow each of the patterns. Okay, let me secure it. It doesn't shake. Then I cut it. Okay, this side is going to come out. One side vertical, and the other side horizontal. So what do we do now is that we're going to take our neck measurement now. Okay. It's time to fix the sleeves and the pockets. Your pocket should be fixed 2 inches below your waistline. Okay, let's go to the benching.